Hello. Okay, good day everyone. Thank you for coming into this YouTube channel, Trade Live with Precise Trader. Today is 1st of August and Asian session. Okay, do take note of the risk disclosure. Day trading in foreign exchange is risky. Past results are not indicative of future returns. The content on this webinar is mainly educational purpose and use your information entirely at your own risk, and you must assess the risk of your trade with your broker before you put in your trades. So with that, we move on to our live analysis. Okay, so just give me 1 minute, to three to okay, so with that, we move on to our live analysis. Okay, the key data that is going to be out today is we have the CHF bank holiday, Swiss bank holiday, and we have from the US non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, then average early earnings, and also ISM manufacturing PMI. Okay, so these are the important data that is going to be out tonight. As far as this open position is concerned, we don't have any open position, and we haven't taken any trades yet. So for this, okay, remember I said that we would be having two accounts. Okay, one is trading on concentrating on day and scalping. Okay, then the other one is swing, momentum, and news trading. So what we are trying, okay, volume is low. Okay, hold on. Okay, so is it better now? Okay, so what we are trying to do is, okay, I told you our target is 2% per day, and we are looking for both 2% for day trading and scalping, and 2% from swing. So what we have done is, okay, for the the day trading and scalping, okay, we have already reached 10% price target, okay, for this week, which means to say we have reached our target. So most likely we would not be using this account, and now we are going to put orders into the swing trading. Okay, so that is almost about 8%. So we still have another so-called another 2% to work. So we'll try to put the orders here. So try to revive this account, so at least we do a balancing. So let's start off putting in the orders, and this is euro. Okay, euro. If we look into the euro trade weekly, weekly, this is still down. Okay, weekly is still down. Daily, this is taken a temporary base. Okay, meaning to say that yesterday's low and the previous day low is somewhere near the still the same range. So now what we are going to see is, we are going to see a congestion on this, and the maximum target we can look for is somewhere near 115 or 11450. Then of course, if this level breaks, then we should see the price extending further towards 11260 and lower. So if we look into the 15-minute, we are seeing some support. Okay, we are seeing some support, and this pullback should last for at least 11430 to 11450, and at least last for 6 hours. So what we are going to do now is we are going to go for a buy, and we are going to go for a buy at market. Okay, at market, and put a stop below 114 and TP at 114 half. Okay, so this is since this is a market entry, we try to reduce the volume and we try to take in the trade. So we are going to put a stop 1.1395 and TP 114 half. And another order we are going to place is extension. Okay, extension of the low, which means to say that if the low breaks, then we should see the price extending towards, okay, let me see, 11360 or 11320. So what we can do is we can go for a day buy. Okay, we go for a day buy at 11 just now what was the level? 11320. 11320, stop 11290 and TP at 114 or 11395, 390 or 95. Okay, take note, today got non-farm payroll. There is expected to be a wild swing during the data announcement, so we need to do these adjustments in the event if the market starts to break the previous low. If the previous low maintains, then we may see the price pushing higher. So the next trade we are going to look for is pound. And pound, the weekly target we are looking at is somewhere is 131 half. Okay, so that should be our weekly target. But the daily yesterday low was 13180. Okay, 13180, and the 6 hour is also giving us a similar picture. Okay, similar picture, meaning to say that we may see a temporary low now. So at least the strength is expected to continue for the at least for the next how shall I say next 6 hours or minimum 2 hours. We are seeing some base here. So what we are going to do is the same manner we are going to go for a small volume, which is 0.3. Then we will try to enter market. Okay, we'll try to enter market. Okay, buy at market, and the stop 3180 and 3230. Stop 13230. Okay, so then another trade which is going to be a day buy. Okay, which is going to be a day buy. We are if let's assume this low breaks, then we should see the price heading towards 31.40. So we will go for another buy, okay, another buy which is half lot, and entry at 31.40, stop 31.10, and TP at 32 or 31.90, and this is going to be a day order. Okay, so this is going to be a day order, and remember we need to do the changes, okay, before the non-farm data is out, because we need to see the price because that during that time we might get a spike and we can do. So this is all this. We are just going to go for a scalping entry, and but we are entering on the swing trading account. Okay, remember I said we would be having two types of account. One is day trading and scalping together, one, and the other one is swing trading, news, and momentum. So both, we have a target for a week is about 10%. Once one account is reached 10%, whichever account, then we will be concentrating on the other account and try to end the week on a very positive note. So the next trade we are going to look for is dollar yen. So the dollar yen is also in a similar manner. Okay, the high, we are looking for a weekly target towards 151.30 and 151.20. Then again we have to take note that today's high has to break, which is 150.80, and we may have seen a temporary high. So now we're showing a lower high, and we need to see the target of 150.35 or lower. So we are seeing the price right now is 70. So we'll try to exit at 35 as the TP 35.40, and we'll try to sell at market. Okay, market, the same scenario as the euro and pound. Okay, so we are going to sell a market which is 65, and the stop we want to put it at 1.5090. Okay, 90, 15090, and TP at 15035. Okay, so we are entering market. We are going to fight for only 30 pips, and remember the market is expected to be quiet because of the data, so we should be waiting until the data is out. Expect a quiet and choppy session. Then what we can do is, one, we can go for to fight for the data, which means to say we would be selling a slightly higher volume, which is 15130 and 15170, and TP we will go for a conservative TP which is 15080. So this is the day call which we are trying to go for that trade. Okay, so we have taken 3 at market. 3 we are fighting for the extreme levels, which means to say that the extreme high for the week or extreme low for the week. So that is why we are giving this 3 orders on the extreme levels. The next trade we are going to look for is Aussie. Okay, Aussie is also in a similar situation. Okay, market is making a turn. Weekly, this is still down. Target we are expecting is somewhere near 63 80, 63.90. Okay, then daily we are expecting some pullback. We may have seen the low, and we should see exiting before 64 64.60 and 64.75. We should be exiting. So as far as the next couple of hours is concerned, okay, we would be seeing the price strength and look to buy near 64.30 or 64.25 and exit at 64.60. Then on the other hand, we will try to go for a extreme level buy at 63. This now was 63.60 50, so probably we'll put it as 63.30 because of the non-farm data. We might get a spike if the data is coming out to be good. So we have two orders to be placed on the Aussie dollar. One is counter buy or deviation. We call it a deviation buy. Counter buy or deviation buy at 64.25. Then stop 63.95 and TP at 64.55. So we are looking at about 30 pips move, and this is the validity is we will give 5 hours from now. Okay, 5 hours from now, and this is the order for a counter buy or deviation buy. Then we have a this is a buy. Okay, so sorry, the other one I think we did the wrong one. We should be looking to sell. Hold on, I'm getting a bit a bit confused. Okay, now okay, let me go back to the chart again. So we are going for a deviation buy. So if we are going for an extreme, that means we should be looking to sell at 64.75 or 64.95. So what we will do, we will give two orders on two extremes. One is selling at 64.90, then the other one is buying at 63.30. Okay, so we will give two extreme orders for the Aussie. Okay, going for sell. $64.90. Stop at 65.15. TP at 64.20. So this is a trend following. We expect if there is a pullback, we will try to go for a sell. Then we will go for a deviation buy. Okay, deviation buy or counter buy. Okay, what does it mean? That means we are trying to go for a buy on the extreme levels. That means the low for the day, low for the week, and low for the hour, and so on and so forth. So that is, we have a buy at 63.30, 63.05 and 63.80. So we have three orders for Aussie dollar. Okay, one is deviation buy, which is 64.25 and exit before 64.55. And another one is a trend sell or sell and hold, which is 64.90. Then you expect the low to be tested or low to be broken. Then of course if the low breaks, then we have a deviation buy, which is 63.30 and exit at 63.80. Okay, the next we are going to look for is gold US. Okay, the gold US, if we look into the weekly, this is still in a conjunction with the downside view. Daily, this is flat or conjunction, because I think we have seen the low twice. So most likely we may have seen a temporary base here, okay, which is 32 60, about 68. So now we are seeing some strength on the 6 hours and the daily. So most likely we may have seen $3,276. Okay, most likely we may have seen the low at 80, 81. Okay, let's see the 1 minute chart. Okay, we will put a buy at 92. And target, we can expect the price to break this high. Okay, so we don't give any target first. We are betting that the low is seen, a temporary low is seen. So what we can do is we would try to go for a gold buy $92, stop 86. Okay, the TP we will put it later. Okay, we'll put it as later. Then we have another buy at 87.5 and put a stop at 81. And for that we exit at 33.05. Okay, so we have another entry which is $3,287, 3,281, 3,281 half. So we have two entries for gold. One is 92 buy and another one is 87 and expect the data to test the high if tonight's data is supporting the gold. Let's let's move on to the Bitcoin. Okay, the Ethereum. Okay, next is Ethereum, then the Bitcoin. Then after that, I think if you have any questions, we can discuss on that. Okay, Ethereum on the weekly is showing trading below the open and week, and the daily is looking at near the support. So the 6 hour looks like we may have seen the bottom, or the correction is already over. We should see the price trying to test 38.80 or higher. So looking at the 15-minute chart, and okay, looking at the 15-minute, looks like the market may have seen the temporary base. So we look for a buy. And if this is a sentiment change or fair value gap or polarity change, whatever you may want to call it, because this is taken a support here. So we should be looking to buy at 37.05 and stop at 36.05, TP at 38.80. So that means 175 pips we are looking for. Okay, so Ethereum, $37.05, stop 36.05, TP 38.80. So this is the final order for Ethereum. Okay, and I think that's about it. I don't want to give any more orders. Okay, two reasons. One is non-farm payroll out, data is out in another couple of hours, so we may doesn't want to get ourselves caught. That's one. Second is, okay, of course, on the day trading, we have already reached our weekly target. Okay, weekly target. Remember, every day we have a target. Every day is 2%. Weekly is 10%. So for the daily account, we have reached a 10% target, which is already reached. So we don't want to trade on this account. So now we are trading on the swing trading account, which is we are still have another 2% to be made. So once we reach, then I think we have done for the week. So like we have done 10% from the daily and 10% on the swing. So overall is, we reached our target, so we don't have to be in a stress. See, the reason why certain things what we do, okay, certain things we do, we have a reason behind it. It's all emotion control technique. Okay, even when you make a lot of money, you should not get excited and overtrade. Then then finally your winners or profits become a loss. So once you stay calm, even your mindset must be calm at all times, whether you make money or whether you lose money. If you lose money, your mindset must be in the same manner, which is not that easy. Okay, this is very difficult, but you need to be in that level or that situation for you to survive and learn and trade for a living. So I think that's about it. Any questions? Okay, if you have any questions, I can answer your questions. If not, then I'll see you all again in the night. Okay. So if you have no questions, okay, I'll see you in the night again. Then these are the orders right now. We have Kirin, and the gold order is filled. The gold order is filled. So maybe what we can do is we'll put a TP at 3305. So I don't want to take too much of risk, and I don't want to give more thing. Let's wait to see whether this order is filled and executed. Can we use, the question is, can we use the entries for funding accounts? Okay, definitely you can use. That's why we are giving you all the rules. You see, the rules, let's say 2% rule we are setting is mainly for the funding. I think usually the funded accounts, they will give you I'm not sure. I think they have 3 conditions. Okay, one is you should not lose more than 2% per day. Okay, then 2 or 3%, depends on the company's policy. Then overall, I think you should not lose more than 10%. So I think that is another rule they have. And of course, the third rule is, of course, you got to make 10% profit, then you stay in the business. So if you look at it indirectly, we are following that structure. So you can apply this so slowly, but of course the best thing would be you need to know yourself first. Okay, you need to know thyself. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, you need to know your strength and weaknesses. You need to know very precisely, and you cannot cheat on this. Okay, like for instance, like let's say you are getting emotional. If that is your weakness, so you need to take steps to overcome that weakness. So if, let's say, you are not emotional, but you may have another problem. Maybe you are not fast in reacting, or maybe you are slow in reacting. So if you're fast in reacting, then you should know, okay, you should be concentrating on certain trades only, meaning to say that news trading, scalping, or day trading. But if it's, let's say, you have slow, you need to time to do research, you do, then of course then you concentrate on swing trading. So what I'm trying to tell you is, first of all, you need to understand yourself. You need to be genuine to yourself. Have a diary or have a proper journal, to record all your trades. So then whenever you take trades, then you should be learning from that. Okay, learning from your mistakes. Okay, you see the difference between like success and failure is, you see, success is you learn from your mistakes and you turn it right, then you become success. failure is you refuse to learn from your mistakes and keep doing again and again, then it becomes a failure. So you need to know all this, okay? You need to know all this, and you need to be very clear in what you want to do and what is your criteria, what is your target, what you want to be, and go on towards that direction. Okay, like as I said the other day, if you want to become a professional trader, then you want to be trading for a living, then you can you can learn how to do things. But if, let's say, you are a professional, you have some other work or some other business, and this is only your part-time, I don't think you need to spend time learning the whole process. The whole thing, what you got to do is you just have to learn to know how to make money, how to cut your losses, how to let your profits run, how to take entry, exit, stop loss, all this. So this is entirely two different subjects. The main thing is, when you take trades, okay, you got to be confident in yourself. You got to be very precise in what you are doing. I mean, of course, if you have decided to take a risk for a trade, then you got to pay the price. I mean, of course, you also, the same manner, when you are waiting for a reward, you also need to be patient. So like yesterday, in fact, the Nasdaq yesterday night, there was a very big drop, I think about 300-400 points from the from the high. So if you notice, most of the time we are right in our analysis, but sometimes we may be looking, or we may have missed some data or some thing. So that is the reason why we are practicing putting stop losses. So even in the end, if let's say you are making mistakes, so at least you learn from your mistakes. And what we are trying, see, the reason why we are giving so many trades is because we want different group of people to be serviced. Meaning, if you are just focusing on gold, then just stick to gold. Okay, suggestion, please have a little bit technical thing during entries and reason. Okay, the technical, see, the problem is, like as I told you, you see, okay, I'll just show you yesterday, I'll just show you the trades. You see, you must understand my problem. Okay, you must understand my problem. Okay, now you see here, yesterday, you see the number of trades we have taken. Okay, let me see the date, date. I don't know, because I changed. Okay. You see here, yesterday, see, this one page has got 21 trades. Okay, one page has got 21 trades. So this is 21. Then from here, okay, another 21. So which means 42. And we have about 45, about almost like 48 trades was taken yesterday. Okay, yesterday. Just imagine, just one day, 24 hours, we are concentrating during certain time, but we had 48 trades taken. So you just imagine, if I'm going to talk about technicals, do you think I have time to talk about all this trades, to go on to take on this 48 trades or 40 trades or whatever. So what I'm trying to tell you is, I don't know what you are trading or what you are focusing. So you ask me a question, okay, like let's say gold. Okay, can you talk about the technicals? Then I'll be very glad to explain to you on the technicals. Then at least you can learn and it will be worthwhile for you. Rather than I talk about technicals and you don't trade it. You see, there is a lot of difference you need to understand. First of all, you need to understand. You see, trading is a very complex thing. You see, there's a lot of things. You see, if you trade a demo account, your mindset is different. When you trade your own money, your mindset is different. When you trade for other people's money, your mindset is different. When you trade like funded account, your mindset. You see, one same thing you're doing, but different scenario, different situation will give you a different mindset and different emotion trigger and different way of handling things. So what we are trying to tell you is, you want to know something, you learn what you want. See, like for instance, if let's say you are trading on gold, let's say I talk about technicals on dollar yen, you would not be able to feel it. You understand what I'm trying to say? If you're trading in gold, if I talk about the technicals on the gold, you put in the trade, then you can feel it. Because this is trading is something like love, you got to feel it yourself. You can't get others to feel for you and others to make money for you. It's entirely is a different business which we are talking about. And also there's a lot of uniqueness in trading. You see, like for instance, I'll give you another example. Give me a minute. Okay, let's say you are working in a company, or let's say you have your own business, and you have a competitor. Let's say you do your business, let's say you are selling mobile phone, and let's say another guy comes and open a mobile phone shop. He becomes your competitor, and there would be a price war, there would be a competition, there would be a lot of frictions between you. But trading is a unique business. Okay, it's a unique business. Okay, this, unlike other businesses, trading is not like that. Okay, now I'll give you another example. Okay, now let's say you have one idea. Okay, you have one idea and you have been practicing this for many years, and that is making you money. Okay, so now I have one idea. I've been doing it and applying it for many years, and I've been making money. So if let's say I share my idea with you, and let's say you share your idea with me, so now both of us will have two ideas each. Okay, meaning to say that now you have one extra idea which will help you to make money. The same thing, I will have an extra idea that will help me to make money. So now we become complement to each other. Okay, we are not a competitor. Okay, our competitor is only the market. Okay, try to understand that. Okay, our competitor is the market. You are whatever you are doing, the person against you is the market. So you are just trying to get money and drain money from the market. But of course, there would be another person sitting opposite to you, but which you may not know. Who is he? Whether is he buying or selling against you? You may not know. So there's a lot of difference. See, like I'm telling you, a business, you know your competitor, but this is, you do not know your competitor. But when you do things, when we learn together, we learn and share ideas, then we grow as a group. So can you understand what I'm trying to tell you? And I think this is a very simple example I'm giving you, which can tell you that this is how it has to be done, and this is the way it has to be done. So I hope I have answered your questions. Okay, coming back to this. Okay, you tell me what position you are holding. Then I'll talk about technicals on that. Then you can learn. Okay, maybe I'm not sure what technical you use or what you believe in, but believe me, there is thousands of technicals that are available in the market, and each one has got its importance and its significance. So doesn't mean that all the thousands are working uh, at all times. So you should know which technical to use, and you should know which one to ignore during certain time. So that's the only way you can polish yourself and become technically strong. Because technicals, there's a lot of things to talk. Okay, a lot of things to talk. See, first of all, I'm just giving you one example. I'll just give you one example. Okay, let me talk about gold itself. I think that will be a better. Okay. So you see, when you talk about this gold technical, okay, right now this market is in a range trading on the day, and the range is between this high and this low. If you are going to tighten it, probably then this high and this low. So when I talk about this is a range trading. So when it comes to the bottom of the range, we should be looking to go for a buy and hold. Then when it goes to the top of the range, we should be looking to go for sell and hold. But the tricky part is this level here and this level here, we call it the benchmark levels. That means whenever the price approach this level, we got to pay careful attention to this level. These are like junction in roads, So that means it can be turning on any direction and it can go anywhere. So you got to be careful when you reach the previous support or previous resistance. That then you must also understand that, like for instance here, it broke the previous support. So there's no such thing guarantee is like once it breaks, it should go down all the way. So it can be a failure. Okay, so on this scenario, it broke and it failed. So then it started to move up again. So like I'm just looking at it, just looking at the pattern, looking at one time frame, we can talk a lot on this market. We can talk a lot. But you must understand that what is needed for you. Okay, what is needed for you to make money. You see, that is also two different things. One is you want to learn to do, that's one. Another one is you want to learn to make money. It's two different aspects, I hope you understand. You want to learn the business, you may want to work for someone, and you can make the money. That means you understand how this thing works, then you can work for someone and you can make money. But when you want to learn to make money for yourself, that is a different thing, So you must know. That's why what I'm trying to say is you must know what you needed for you. You must know what you want to focus, whether you want to learn to work for someone or whether you want to make money for your own. So it's two different aspects. So the same thing, what I'm trying to say is when you talk about technicals, we can talk a lot. Like for instance, this pattern. When I talk about this daily patterns, this is in a range. Okay, if let's say I look at Elliott wave. Okay, I'm not sure whether you know Elliott wave. So Elliott wave, when we look at it, for instance, I'm not. This is the first time I'm doing this on this. So like for instance, this is a ABCD pattern, you know. So this is on AB. So this, what we are seeing here is, this is a correction. So this is a again, this is a correction up high, and this is a correction down, and this, the correction is still not over yet. So when we talk about patterns, now I can talk about Elliott wave, I can talk generic on range. Then of course when I change a different time frame, it will give me a different answer. So like let's say I raise it to a weekly. Let's say I raise it to weekly. Okay, weekly. Okay, this is what we are seeing right now. This is also Elliott wave pattern which we are seeing here. So this is the beginning of the wave which we started. Okay, and this is a wave 2 and this is a wave 3. Usually the wave 3 is the longest. So this number of ways which you do. The reason why I'm telling you is, okay, learning technicals, of course you can do it with passion and you want to learn, but it's not it's a very straightforward one answer to the technicals you see. So 1 minute you might see one pattern that is showing, another minute if you see, it might show another pattern. So you might get confused, but the whole idea is we got to be with the market at all times, and also we must learn to accept our defeats. Okay, what do I mean by defeats? Meaning, if you feel like, for instance, like if you are betting now, okay, like I'm just telling you one pattern, I'm just want to tell you on this. So now, if I'm right, if I'm right, okay, the correction should be over. Okay, for this correction should be over, and tonight's data, I feel tonight data, the non-farm payroll should be a disappointing data. Okay, if I'm right, I'm just explaining, I'm telling you, it might be a disappointing, and tonight we might see a spike up on the gold. Okay, if the data is bad. So if that happens, then I'm right. But the only clue right now, the only clue I can give you is, since it's making higher lows, I expect this high to break and I expect the price to go up. So if I'm right, I got to stick to this view. But the moment once it starts to break this low and start to test this low, then my expectation and my view is wrong. Then I got to change my plan. So what is going to happen is, if this low breaks, then we should see this price breaking, and we should see one more dip before the market turns up. Okay, so what we got to do is, we have to have a plan. We have to stick to our plans, and we have to go along with the market and to see whether you are right or wrong. See, like yesterday, I remember one trade, gold, you know, I think we sold at somewhere 33004, I think. Then I suggested, the minimum target is 3294, and of course if it's extended, then it can go to 3286 or 85. And I gave a price target of 8587, but it dropped to 92 or 90 half, and the market started to pull back. So sometimes we must get ourselves prepared, and we must be open on all, and we should be having this habit of accepting defeat and accepting the wrong, and the earlier you accept, the better trader you become, and the polish up. Because a lot of people fail is because they are being very stubborn they're being very adamant on their view. That means, like for instance, if I go for a buy, then even though the price starts to fall, I refuse to accept. Okay, this is turning down, and I think I still expect this price to go up higher. So this is where a lot of people fail. You must be able to change or reverse directions the moment once you feel you are sitting in the wrong side. But of course, it takes time for you to build that discipline, and it's not that easy. I mean, honestly, that's where most people fail, because they are being stubborn, and also their timing is wrong most of the time. Okay, they're like, I mean, I don't know whether you notice, like sometimes you feel that the price is going to go to that target, but the price may come down first before the price reaching your target. Then finally, when you are not in the trade, only the price starts to move. Then you realize that, okay, I should have hold on to my trade. Then another thing is, a lot of people make mistakes is, if this happens a few times, then you may realize, okay, I since I'm right, then I may not want to put stop losses, because the market always comes and tests and reaches my target, and that's where they go wrong and they get killed. I'm not sure whether you have this kind of experience. So I've been in the industry for 30 years, so believe me, I have gone through a lot of ups and downs, lot of things. We have to change our views according to the current market situation, right? Yeah, that is what I'm trying to say. So sometimes when you feel you are not getting the clear view, the best thing to do is stay sidelined. Just sit down and watch. Don't do anything. So these are the ways which you can cultivate and make yourself a better trader in the long run. Okay. So any other questions? If not, then I'll see you all later in the night, because tonight got non-farm payroll, and I think tonight will be a big movements happening, and I feel, okay, let me see the okay, the non-farm, the forecast is 106. Okay, the data, the non-farm expecting is 106, and unemployment they're expecting slightly higher, and average hourly earnings also they are expecting slightly higher. But let's see the ADP. Yeah. Okay, the ADP came out to be slightly better. Okay, so usually, I mean, if the ADP is better, non-farm role should be better, but sorry, so should be better, but I got a strong feeling that tonight's data might be a bad data. Tonight might be a bad data. Okay. Yeah, thank you for, in fact, at least you asked question, I'm happy. So at least you also learn, because end of the day is we need to, you see, we need to progress yourself, and you need to compete yourself. Okay, what do I mean by that? Meaning to say that, you see, yesterday you were one type of trader. Today you should be slightly better than yesterday. The same thing, 1 month before you were this, 1 month later you should be. The progress must be on, and you should be competing within yourself, and you should be having your benchmark within yourself. You're not going to compete with any other competitor or any other. You're not going to run a race, That means nobody is going to see whether you win or lose on the race. As long as you know what you're doing, you're able to make money consistently, you are able to grab opportunity consistently, and you're able to let your losses cut short. All this is a key in success. This is also a normal business. You see, what we are trying to do is we are also trying to share you the business. You see, when we put in this this price, okay, what are we trying to do? This is just like, you work in any company, and let's say you are the purchasing manager or you are the accountant. So you try to get the best price from for the product, and that's what we are trying to do. So we are just trying to get the best price that is available from the market, so at least we try to capitalize on it. And also when we put a TP and that level, so we are also trying to negotiate, try to sell the best profit, or the highest profit price what we are looking for. So so these are the things is needed. You can apply this, and see. Okay, as you told, confusing which technicals we need to follow. Okay, as I told you, okay, I know lot of people, okay, because this is just like because you see the problem with this business, okay, I'll give you, because I've been in the industry for 30 over years. Okay, every time, like for instance, let's say you apply moving average, and let's say today today I share with you, okay, this moving average, this is how it works, and when the moving average start to turn, the price will start to turn. Okay, like for instance, like here, when all this converges, turns this. So you go and do a test. Most of the time, if you see this is working. So once you learn this, okay, you will get a lot of confidence, and you believe that you are invisible. And okay, I've learned something new, and I know a money making machine, and once I see this, I'll go for a sell, then I should be able to make money and all this. So this is the intuition which you have. But in actual fact, when you use moving average and trade, it's not that easy. So, and when you start to apply and more, you see, like for instance, okay, now you see here, okay, we see here the moving average converges. Okay, now I'm going for a buy. So the moment you go for a buy, then the next minute when you see here converging, okay, you feel like, oh, I think I made a mistake, so now I want to go for a sell. Then I'll go. The moment once you go for a sell, the market starts to turn up. So this would be a non-stop, So what we do in as a technical trader is we would look for a guidance on a generic then uh, after that, when you do, because the most important thing is, for your success in trading is not the technical tools or the fantastic knowledge you have. That means, like, let's say you have a fantastic knowledge, all the technicals, you are very well versed, and you do, those people, they don't really succeed. The successful people are those people who knows their strength and weakness, who can be having a very simple tool, and and they understand what is working in the market, and they know how to control their risk, meaning the risk management. You see, like for instance, like I'm just saying, the most successful investor, like Warren Buffett. I don't think he is interested in all these tools, the technical tools, what we are applying. I don't think he knows all this. But what he knows is, he knows the major thing: when to enter, when to stay away, when to lock in the profit, when and he has something which not many people knows. So, and that's why he is successful, and that is a proven a formula. In fact, there is a famous saying from him. He says, I only follow 2 rules. Okay, rule number 1 is don't lose money. Rule number 2 is don't forget rule number 1. Okay, in short, what he's trying to say is don't lose money. But the question is, how do we do that? So that is a lot of things which we have to learn, and we have to see. Okay, back testing of any tacticals. Like again, I'm telling you, okay, you believe it or not, I have not done any back testing on myself. Okay, I've been in the industry for 30 years, and I don't believe in doing back testing. You see, back testing is mainly all history. Okay, you don't. I mean, of course, you can have history to trade, but in reality, that history doesn't come. Of course, there is a saying that history repeats itself, but the timing will not be similar as what we expect. So back testing is just to give you the confidence whether the tool is working or not. But what I'm trying to tell you is, you must know you are not here to test the tool, whether the tool is working or not. You are here to test what is right and what is wrong for you, what is needed for you. That is what you need to do, rather than you go and do a testing to see, okay, like for instance, like RSI, I do a back testing. You go and do the back testing, 99.9% you get is all right. Okay, when it's overbought, price should come down, and you should come down. Okay, then you see here, okay, overbought, price is coming down. Hey, it's so nice. So when it's oversold, price goes up. Okay, it's nice. But when you trade, actually, there's a lot of things that plays a role. So that is, like, again, I'm telling you, this is something like love. You got to feel it yourself. You got to understand the market. Then you would be doing the right thing. The moment once you're wrong, you got to exit as earlier as possible. The moment once you're right, stick to your decisions, try to stay on course. But in reality, it's not that easy because even we do trade, sometimes we close early, we close early before the thing, because we feel that, okay, whatever the risk we have taken, okay, we get paid, okay, we're just happy with what we got, then we just close the trade. Okay, I think it's been a wonderful session. Okay, thank you very much, and let's see what is the outcome of all these trades. I think our Ethereum has also got just filled, so the gold is struggling to go up. Just now I saw profit, but again, it's starting to fall, but I think give some time to see what is the outcome. Okay, so I think with that I just conclude this session, and I'll see you all again in the night. Okay, thank you. Bye.